Is everybody good with that? Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Where's the lighter? I need to, oh, right in front of my face. Need to clean up this little section. Those don't work for these. They're not very well anyway.
Did you get your drink? I'm going out there.
I did. This is very good. I like it.
It's a crate of my. Didn't look at how many grams or whatever.
Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? Just getting our stuff set, our final set up. I've been trying to figure out what's wrong with my computer, realizing it wasn't the computer, it's actually the mouse. So that was fun.
See what you think of this one. It's key lime kratom green.
I like the Illuminated so far. That one's really good.
I'm gonna try all of them. That's more.
Oh, that one's really good too.
That's the same group as the Blue Lotus.
Sugar free. I'm liking them. So many of them being sugar free.
So if you like the Tortugas, I think it's Tortuga. Yep. I'll get us some more of those.
Do do do. Do 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 do. Where is our Discord? Oh, I forgot to post in a couple of my other locations. Let me do all that. Thin Buns, you are just, you want to be a part of the show, huh? We'll bring you in. We'll bring you in. All right, self-promo. Alrighty, we are still slowly pulling things together here. Wanted to share some of this hour of Viking Germanic music by Herknunger. This is an hourly list of music from albums Norfane, I don't know how to say it, and Rada. If you aren't aware of who Herknunger is, they're on YouTube. Phenomenal music. I do wish he would put out more stuff, just because I like it so much. But he puts stuff out periodically, enough to be pretty cool. So I really like it. I hope you guys do too. It's be playing in the background. So it's generally royalty free. This one doesn't explicitly say it. So if it's not, I apologize, and I will take care of that. But on the individual albums, he just says, donate, that kind of thing. So that's generally what I do, and I haven't in a while. I need to do it again, so I need to do some donation, because I do not believe in using things without some kind of energy transfer. So I need to give Herknunger something. I think I donated like $50 at one point, but it's been a while.
Nice.
And I did buy one outright if I'm going to use it in like a repeated video, or so like our intro and exits. I paid for that music specifically.
Are there a bunch of other sites that let you do that, like pay for music to use?
SoundCloud's one of them. You just have to find what I did with this one is I found it on here and I really liked it, and so I then looked them up on other services and found a place to buy it.
Oh, sweet.
Specifically for that.
Oh, this is beautiful. Why haven't I noticed this? It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna get down again, Finn? Good morning, Kelvin.
Good morning.
Morning, Bob.
My honeybee. Get this one.
If you were a goat, you would be one of those mountain climbing goats.
He would. Our little Chihuahua Finn.
He would be a mountain climbing goat. Yes, you would. Yeah, you would. Even though you already look like a combination of a fox and a kangaroo and a meerkat.
Just call me handsome. That's what I am.
Yes.
You too, VG. You're handsome. This honeybee. Morning. Can I get this one?
Just sharing.
No.
Links.
No.
If anybody's interested in the background music, I know it does kind of cycle up and down a little bit. Fiji, you're going to have to be quiet. You're going outside or out back. Yeah. No.
No. No.
She's like, no. Fiji, please.
No.
That hurts. No.
When you do that way, you can.
That one's a good one. What are you doing? Look at him.
Are you going to get up at 5 with me in the morning and walk?
Not likely.
Are you going to walk it with me at 8 p.m. tomorrow night?
I might.
But if I get both, that'll give me double the walks.
I'm going to try something. We're just going to try it and see how it works. I like staying up late. I don't know about getting up at 5. Even though that is when you're supposed to technically do it. I always did it in the evening.
I'll do it in the evening if you'll do it, but we gotta do it. Sally just texted me right when you said that and said, "Good morning, my friend. I'm off to spin class." She lets me know that I should be moving at my... She's like, "You don't want to be like stiff and stuff. We're getting older, bro." Like, yeah, that's true.
I mean, she's accurate.
She's like, "You need to be disciplined with yourself."
I mean, that's true.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Buddy, are you comfortable? Because that's all that matters.
We're gonna burn some... What are we gonna burn today? Some copal? Some...
We've been burning a
frankincense?
lot of copal lately. I want to burn some styrax first.
Sounds good.
Put some in.
What's the other strong one like copal? Not frankincense, but I think there's another one.
Benzoin.
Benzoin. Yeah, I like that one.
Styrax is a type of benzoin, but it's sweet.
Okay, that's good.
Throw some on there.
Styrex. You think it's ready?
Yeah, the colored ones don't get the gray like the other ones do.
And I got this new boy.
Wow, a little more than that.
You usually fuss at me.
That's called malicious compliance. That is what that is. Smell that.
Oh, that is nice.
That's one of my favorites. And we're going to go ahead and call the corners. If you want to participate with, you can. If not, that's perfectly fine. We'll do that, get started. I know last week we had to cancel. We were just tired and too much was going on. I'm telling you. I know your work's crazy, but mine is literally off the deep end. I complain about it a lot at how stressed I am and how much work there is to do. But I'll be honest, I actually like it and like what I'm doing. It's cyclical. Some weeks I have, 38-hour weeks. And some weeks, like now, I have 80-hour weeks. So it cycles. So I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to be thankful that I have a good job that takes care of my needs and that they're keeping me with them and not letting me go.
Yeah, you got a good place.
I do. So I just need to be more appreciative of that.
Yeah.
So let's do the corners.
All right, you want to start? Or you want me to?
Doesn't matter.
Hear me, friends and ancestors from the East. Hear my voice carried on the air of clarity and truth. Watch over us as we cast our circle of safety and love.
See me, friends and ancestors from the South. See my flame of passion and creation seared into the energy of the universe. Watch over us as we cast our circle of limitless possibility.
Feel me, friends and ancestors from the West. Feel my love, fear, sadness, and joy washed into the waters of the rivers of compassion. Watch over us as we cast our circle of connection and motion.
Reach me, friends and ancestors from the North. Reach my feet and hands, the earth of my toes and the work of my fingers. Watch over us as we cast our circle of grounding and protection.
Know me, friends and ancestors from the ether. Know my intent, know my heart, and know my spirit. Watch over us as we ask you all to join us in perfect love and perfect trust.
Hear, see, feel, reach, and know that the circle is safe, the circle is sacred, and the circle is cast.
I need to run and get one thing. I want to show them my mug in a minute. Let me get one thing too about books.
Okay. While we're waiting, just a few more moments for Mr. Rookie to return. Trying to find all my stuff. Let me know if the music is too loud, too quiet, too much. So just let me know that. I think it should be okay. Yeah, Bob, that's actually an invocation we created for a Cups group at one of our local Unitarian Universalist congregations that we're members of, and we created it for them so that it was as inclusive as possible for a small group of people. I enjoyed it, so we copy it. Our personal invocations when we do things is quite different and not scripted, but that is one that we prefer and we like. That we've used a lot in like public rituals and things. So
It was recording.
give it to me.
I think she
Wow.
works for the government.
Triple click.
Oh, thank you. Siri works for the government.
Triple click. Backspace.
Triple click? She's recording everything we're saying, but randomly. That's how I know Elon Musk is recording that.
Okay, well that's going to be interesting in your nursing home when you talk about delusions. But yeah, so it's changed over time, but it's tried really hard to be as inclusive and generic as possible as we could with that particular one. It's fun and it's good for a public ritual because it brings people in and I don't want to say love and light, but in a very light way. So that's always a fun one.
Nothing wrong with light.
Also, agree. Definitely advocate of building your own rituals. That's a very interesting topic. We've actually talked about that a few times.
Oh, and it's fun.
It is fun.
I really want to do mine that I wrote a few years ago. I did it for... I actually never did it publicly. I did it with Nature's Child and you.
With Uli.
Oh, that's a whole other story I'll tell later. I won't interrupt your thing, but it's fun.
No, we should tell that. So today, our topic is grab bag. So all kinds of different topics. I've made a list of things that we've talked about before and that we haven't talked about. So we kind of have things, lined up.
Grab bag suits my personality. Can I jump from one to the other?
There's your kapal.
Oh, thank you. That suits my style. Grab bag.
I am not a kapal person. Smells like burning plastic to me, even when you get really expensive resins. It's not my thing.
I'm a grab bag eclectic pagan. I like that.
Okay.
Grab bag eclectic pagan.
Whatever works for you. Hello, good morning. Just if you've ever wondered, this is the one that's projecting on the right.
Oh, okay.
So we are, we're gonna do like our normal discussion points and stuff like that. So we'll keep that the same. But I did want to talk about like one of my favorites. I like my crystals. So we're gonna go down just for a minute to the crystal cam. Get it?
The crystal cam. I like that.
It's actually the tarot cast, but we switched it to tarot cam. So I want to show you two things that I have selected for as we head into Lunasa, into the height of summer, or from the height of summer. Actually, we're heading into the dog days. This, I don't know why I said that because we're already in them. Regardless, this is honey calcite. It is a huge piece. I love honey calcite. I love this section. And to get a pillar that's this long, that's so consistent, is kind of rare. There are bigger ones I've seen, but it's just so nice. And at the top, it's just this pure white. And you can see how the white is kind of like a top, like a seat or a cover to it. This is one of my favorites, and it is very sun-oriented to me. I like it, obviously, because of its color. When I see it, it makes me think of afternoon sun. It's got that yellowish color to it. That's just a warm and high heat color. And I like it because it gives me a lot of thinking and a lot of energy towards the sun. So if I'm doing something that I need to strengthen or bring really bright things into or brightness into. This is a stone that I use to kind of get my mind in the right set. I'll share this again. Yeah, one of the things that I do believe of with stones is each and everything that is of or in the earth has its own frequency and its own energy. But how it works with humans is our interpretation of it, how we manage it, how we look at it, and what it does to us internally. So what it does for me internally is it gets my mind in that sun color and that thought of the honeybees gathering honey because it's honey calcite. That's its magic for me. Not that the stone or the item actually is imbued with the power of the sun so much. That's a little different than some people, I would say. Oh, burnt.
Oh,
Um,
choking me out.
the other one you see here is a favorite of mine for sure. This is polychrome jasper, one of many different jaspers. Jasper is really like a type, not a color. There's so many different jaspers. I have Kambaba jasper. It's really pretty. But I like these spheres. They're a big thing for me because I can meditate with them really well. And I picked polychrome jasper kind of for today because it represents more of the earth side of things. In the summer, in the world, the way that I can look into this and see different landscapes and people and cities. Like you just go into your imagination and imagine what it's like to walk on the ground of what this sphere represents as if it is an earth. And it's really helpful for meditation for me, just letting color swirl and things go in and out of focus. But polychrome jasper is really a strength stone. It is all about the earth and the stability and the things under your feet. So that's a big thing for me. Two of my favorites. Anything of yours?
No, I haven't really. Actually, it makes me. I'm looking for my little bag of my pyrite and my copper.
I put it up there because
Thank
you
you,
left it out on the table.
Vigi.
No,
That's
not the
what-
Vigi, the cats.
Oh, the cats.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say this little? Actually, I really like this, and it helps me to focus. But this is a bit on my mind. I got this a while back when we went to that place in North Fort Myers. What would you call this? Just glass, or you think it's like crystal?
That's probably glass.
It's very it has a fairy. You can kind of see it in there, like etched into the glass. And it's on a little stand, and it just helps me to remember, that there's magic and that things aren't impossible. So it's really probably not a crystal, but it is a little glass that it sparks imagination in me. I wonder why sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. You just can't.
It's because of all the things around it.
Ah,
That might help.
see, you can.
It
There's a little.
because it's a
Fey in
sphere.
there.
It's refracting light from so many different things around it. It's going to be really hard to get a clear.
Oh, but it's so cool. It's got a little
You
fey
can
in
kind
there.
of see that there's some flowers and stuff in there.
I really like
I wonder.
that.
Hold on.
Helps me remember to
Dude, chill out. This dog jumps at everything.
know that there's magic and things are impossible. So you guys see it's etched. I could kind of
Yeah,
see
it's
the
hard.
wings. You can kind of see the wings up top. Yeah, it's really cool.
I have something similar over there. It's got a solar. So I'm pretty sure it's glass, but it has a solar system. And it's definitely glass because it's etched on the bottom.
That could
Um,
actually be my crystal ball, I guess.
Yeah.
I like it.
One of the things that I like about etched glass, and people are like, well, it's not a real crystal. I'm like, no, I don't give a shit. I don't get crystals because they're real or not. Glass is natural. It can be found natural, yes. What we have in some cases is man-made. That doesn't make them, to me, any less usable for what we have, what we want to do with them. I just, like I said, like to me, I do believe that all things have the energy in it. I do think that energy comes, though, from our interpretation of it, not from the stone itself. Like Larimar doesn't have the energy of the sea to me. It has the ability to engage my senses as part of the same universe that it came from to see the sea and to engage it that way. You know what I mean? That makes sense. It's weird. And we know stones have their own energies to them. They're part of the earth. They have atoms, you know what I mean? All that stuff. But it's the way human beings interpret them is how I get my energy from them. So I don't know, a little bit, a little bit different. You guys have to excuse me. This happens to me every morning when I don't talk a lot. I can't. I have trouble clearing my throat.
Let me get you some water.
No, it's not that. This stuff will help too. I haven't talked enough to clear it up. Buddy, you're making it hard.
Let me hold them. You'll let me?
No. Oh, and it opened it up in Edge. I hate that. I don't want it to open up in Edge, but that's okay. It did. We're going to talk about a couple of grab bag topics, but before we do, I want to hit all of our normal main stuff. Starting with, what are you still reading or working on right now?
Me or you first?
You.
All right, so I know. Every time it's something different. But I've really come across a book that I am just devouring, and it is by Oberon Zell Ravenheart, and it is the Grimoire for the Apprentice Wizard.
It's not going to fit there. Just lay it down.
And this what intrigues me about this is it's all things magical. And you could say it's kind of like an intro book of sorts, but it's different to me because it captures everything, the magical aspect and the scientific aspect, the alchemical aspect. So it combines seamlessly the magic with the mundane, or what could be perceived as mundane, and I am loving it.
That's good.
Like, it's 300 and something pages. I'm like, I wish I had found this sooner, but we got to stop saying that because I think we find stuff when we're supposed to. And it is actually part of a text for a school. I'm kind of looking at the school, but I'm mainly really enjoying this book. And it's got contributions from people like Raymond Buckland, Raven Grimassi. Who's the other one I know? That's probably all that I've heard. Morning Glory, Zell Ravenheart, and members of the Grey Council. So it's very educational and magical at the same time. And I am loving it for now. Like, I can't get enough.
You're going to have to go get that dog.
Was that Ma?
That's Iris.
Okay. Grimoire for the Apprentice.
Unless you want to take Finn, I'll go get her. It doesn't matter. We have to feed our dogs separately because we have a couple of them, like this one, that guards food that's not their own. So sometimes they take a little longer than others to eat, so we have to go let her out, or she'll squeal all day. I'm interested in kind of like really looking through and seeing this. There is so much in this book, though. It's a huge book, and the type font is tiny. And this kind of goes along a little bit with what we talked about yesterday or last night on Apocrypha. The aesthetic person or the aesthetic witch that's not really doing the work. Now, you can be aesthetic and do the work, and I think that is perfectly fine, if not the right way, in my opinion. But if you're just doing the aesthetics, then there's some problems. And part of this is when you read or when you talk about the practices that you're doing is how are you engaging it with other people? How are you working through the information? Are you practicing what it says? We talk about some correspondences that we do. And how we do stuff, right? But do we go and then work those correspondences into our rituals or into our practices? And I will be very transparent. We don't do it as much as we should. That's something that we cycle. I say this all the time, but we cycle in and out of it constantly. Like some we do really well, and then we back out, and then we cycle in, we cycle out. So that's just something that we do. I think people do that in general. I'm still reading an astral travel book, The Astral Realm, because I'm in a class that I really love too. I'm working on a metaphysics degree, really just for the, the classes are great. It's one of those that if you do the work, you get out of it what you put in it. So that's really exciting. But that book is a little over my head. I'll be honest. It's hard to understand. There's a lot to it. I will have to read it again, but I'm a note taker, right? So I have a lot of notes I can go back and read through. But what I have learned, I think, from this overall book more than anything is kind of an esoteric understanding of elementals and the astral plane itself. What is it? Like, it's different to me now than what it was before I read the book, which is kind of cool. Not far off, but it does have a full different meaning. This is benzoin and myrrh together, which is another favorite mix. So that's what I'm currently reading. That, and I'm finishing the Empowerment Manual just because it's a good book, and I've been reading it for like 3 years. I've been doing like 2 or 3 pages at a time to make sure that I truly understand it.
That's a good way to do.
He hates the smoke. I'm sorry, Bubby.
Let me put you down, Bubba.
Probably should. He'll start hacking in a minute.
No, let me put you on your chair.
If he wants to get back up, he can, but let him pick. I didn't realize it was going to smoke quite that hard. I put too much in. He usually likes sitting there in the sun. Yep, he's laying down. Look at my little buddy right there behind my shoulder. He laid down in the sun. He's so cute. So yeah, we are heading in towards Lunasad, which is coming up in what, like 4 days?
4 days.
Yes. And in Lunasad, we are generally celebrating the sun. Now, Celtically, it's the god Lu, who's the sun god, right? It's a harvest festival. There's, I think, 3 total harvest festivals. There's an initial. This is sometimes called the first harvest because it's the first real harvest. And then in Mabon, we have another harvest festival that will come where you kind of get what gets you through the rest of the season. But harvest festivals are much about the bounty of the land and the fruits of harvest and stuff.
Oh,
that's no fun.
Send and love to Dyra.
Yes.
And you, Adius, because you're there, present. Send and love and positivity that way. It's not fun.
It can't be.
Positive energy and that y'all get out of there soon.
Yeah.
Not fun.
That is never fun. But thanks for stopping in. We've unfortunately skipped a couple of weeks, so we're trying to get back into the roll of it again. But anyway, so one of the things that, the Christianized version of Lunasad is Lamas.
Lamas.
Yep. And then there's this kind of version where it's all about, family and the Christian gods and like how they make it that way, whatever. But we're going to take it back and we're going to make it about Lu. One of the things that you do in Lunasad, one of the first things we did when we celebrated our Lunasad here instead of at the UU was to bake Lu bread or Lamas bread or Lunasad bread.
That was fun. That was good.
Mm-hmm. This year we're not doing that, even though that is still a favorite thing to do. We're going to do, I think, our peach blue, but what was it? Pie?
Oh, not the one we're making the cobbler thing, something different.
Yeah.
Peach banana cobbler.
Yeah.
For the sun.
Yes.
Sugar free.
Sugar free for me.
Sugarless.
No added sugar. Yeah. So that is one thing. There is a thing where you can bake bread. Like that's a big part of Lunasad. And it's the idea of using things that rise. They are risen, and there's a whole story behind Lu. I'm not going to go into it today, but I highly recommend it. It's an easy read. You can Google it. It comes up pretty quickly, and it's the story of Lu and his mom, and they're reuniting and all of that stuff. So it's really cool. I would recommend it. Good read. I want to post this before I forget. Oh, I already got rid of it. Oh well. So we'll post some links to some of the things that we use to get all of our information together, but I unfortunately deleted them, so I'll have to get them back. Anyway, gotta pause a few things here. Put that back up. All right. So I also want to try this. I want to make apple butter.
Okay.
I think would be very fun.
We can do it.
There is a Guinness soda bread that I will share. Um, Soda bread is a bread that you basically make using things that you have. It uses beer and lots of butter. And I want to make it. It's really good for the stews. We used to make soups, and we haven't made them in such a long time.
Oh, we need to do that.
That we really need to do.
Oh, so
and this
good.
would be a compliment to that. That would be a good medieval food too. To have a sun stew, something that's got potatoes in it, fiery things in it, lots of peppers, and then having this soda bread based on Guinness, the beer. And actually, we use Guinness a lot in our stews too. I
Yeah,
almost
we do.
always put a can of Guinness Stout in our stew or other stuff that we cook. So that might be a good one. I'll link that in here if you guys want to check it out. Awesome on 20. I would venture to say Awesome on 20 is a little bit of an aesthetic site. Sometimes I don't know how real it is, meaning how much it's really witchy, or if it's just somebody trying to get their stuff out there and make money. However, their recipes are really good, and it is a kitchen magic food blogger.
Nice.
She does a more magical and awesome life, is what she calls it. So I don't doubt her authenticity. I'm not saying that. I haven't vetted this. What I have found is it has some really cool kitchen magic recipes on it.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm putting it in the Discord so that everybody can access it. But it's also in the chat there. That one specifically is the Guinness soda bread, and then the other one that I want to make is apple butter. We're gonna make an apple mead, even though we really don't drink anymore.
It'd be for me for more ritual purposes. I would have a little bit, but
Yeah, it is the same. It's definitely for ritual purposes at this point, but
that's one alcohol I would try a little bit once in a while.
yeah. But check out these two. So it's a homemade
Nice.
apple butter. It's really easy to make. I read through the recipe. I think we probably do have a touch of kitchen witch in our thing because it's part of to me, it's crafting. And what better thing to do than craft something you can eat?
Yeah.
And I love apple butter. Like, it's one of my favorite
That
things.
looks
We
really
just
good.
we just never did it. Like, we get it all the time. And when we go out to eat and stuff, that's like the first thing I get when we used to go to Cracker Barrel.
Yep.
Always with apple butter. So just check that out. You might enjoy it. If you don't like that kind of stuff, like, find something else. And so this is where this whole practice thing comes in that we talked about last night on Apocrypha. This stuff that I go to and find on a website is not an end all be all, and is not the permanent thing that just has to be. It isn't the magic land of things that are perfect, and that has to be, or you have to do it this way, or you have to bake soda bread on Lunacy, or you have to have red and green for Christmas.
Well, I want to bake that other bread
It's
that we did. That
the walnut brown bread,
the molasses bread.
walnut brown
Yep.
bread. But the idea behind it is take what you know and what feels right to you and make it your own. If you're like, I'm not baking bread, you can do what we do. We're gonna bake a cobbler, right? Do things that make sense to you. Don't do them just because somebody says it, and actually work it.
Ooh, devil's food cake. Me too.
I love devil's
Kelvin.
food cake. I actually like angel food cake too. But what I like about angel food cake is the burnt pieces that come out on the bundt pan. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. And I can see you liking that.
That's the best part. But yeah, so baking, a lot of people look at it as like, oh, baking is, I don't know, feminine or whatever. And even if it is, who gives a fuck? Baking is real good magic. It is kitchen magic. It is crafting. It is alchemy. It's putting ingredients together and getting a product that's different in the end. It's more than the sum of its parts, which is what alchemy really is to me. And I think it's a great way to do celebrations and stuff. And I mean, we did our, I don't know if we call it llamas bread or I think we called it Lunacy bread. But it's on our page if you go check it out. If we ever get back into making those videos again. I have a feeling we probably won't. Just because I'm enjoying the process of doing this stuff, and the recording of it, like we even talked about last night, takes away from actually doing it to me. If we can set it up and leave it, I probably would do it again. Like we did that one time where we did a stream with just a camera on the kitchen.
Joy was here. And
Yeah, that I would do again. Like
others,
a live cooking
Manny was
stream.
here, I think.
Yep. We should do that again.
Kitchen Witchery, Kitchen Sorcery is fun.
Yeah. So if you guys have any recommendations, you know what would be a really cool summer? Something to cook with pomegranates. Grilled fruit. Or a pan-seared fruit. There's nothing to me better than apples, pineapples, and berries that are like pan-seared and cooked.
Pineapple, I've had that.
Pineapple's really good grilled. Like rings, the actual on the grill. The fire. So good. But that's my thoughts on that.
Food for the season is it's meaningful. It helps you focus, and what we think are, who knows, but what our ancestors and people would do around that time of year with a modified version of what we have available, right?
You know, I just had something pop in my head that I want to do. I would like to do. I'd like to find a group. It would probably involve Joy, because it's something we'd have to learn from her if she'd do it. But get a small group of us together to do just kitchen witchery stuff, and we could even set it up at a camera up at the UU and do it cook there. But even more so, to find a way that we would cook this in the way that they would before, kind of like that girl did on YouTube, like do an open fire outside. And how would they bake bread on an open fire? How would they do that?
That'd be neat. Yeah. I bet Joy would know.
So we got to get more out of it. And I hate to say it this way, but we need more out of Joy. We need to spend more time with her because she has all the things in her head that we need on paper. We need them.
Yes, she does.
Sure. You guys have any kitchen witchery things? I don't know. I mean, even fucking making crust for pizza, I think would be a good kitchen witch project, especially in the summer. It's a dough. It's kind of like a stew on bread, like a marinara stew.
Like marinara stew, and it's red.
We next are anything else you want to add to that? I'm trying to learn I'm trying to slow down a little bit because there's a good 10-second delay, and people have been talking in our previous ones. Like last week, we had 14 people in, and they're responding to things that we finished 15 seconds ago, and I'm moving too fast. I'm trying to slow that down just a hair for you guys so that it makes more sense. Because I'll move on to a new subject before the one we're doing is done.
Y'all good if we move on?
That actually might be a good thing to stay at that and then wait 10 seconds.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I feel like you haven't been going fast. You've been going at a good pace.
I just moved to the next thing without much notice.
No, you've been on that a good amount.
Kitchen sorcery. Like I said, today's grab bag, so we're going on all kinds of stuff.
I'm happy here.
I love it.
All right.
So next up is Mebon. Mebon, which is the autumn equinox. This is my favorite time of year. This is September 21st, 22nd, depending on the year. Samhain is my favorite, but it is very stereotypical for witches to have Samhain as their favorite, right? Which it is, but Mebon marks that time of the year where it's starting to cool off here. It sucks because that's when season is starting for us down here.
Oh, Florida season,
Yeah.
tourist season, snowboard season.
Snowboards. That's funny.
Snowboards.
Snowboards.
There are snowboards. but not
Snowboards
here.
are coming down.
You won't find any snowboards here. Surfboard.
But yeah, and so Mebon is really the second harvest. That's what's coming after this 8/1. 8/1 is Friday. It is the day I start a new company. It is perfect for starting a new company. I'm so excited about that. That's an alignment. But Mebon is really the lesser harvest. Like it's what's remaining in the field, and this is how you know you're really going to make it through the winter or not, or how tough the winter's going to be. Oh yeah, no,
Fall is the shit.
I'll still admit it. Macaroni and cheese. You know what, Kelvin? If you like tomatoes, I've learned how to stew my own tomatoes. We learned, or you can buy them canned. And if you like tomatoes, especially cooked, you can move, especially in like spaghetti, you can put that in your macaroni and cheese and make a real good summer mac and cheese because it's got the bright yellows, the cheese, the tomato, the pasta, the carb, and all that. So that would be really cool kitchen witchery.
And thank you, Kelvin. Now I want macaroni and cheese and spaghetti today.
Yeah, and I am
Like two of my favorite things.
I
to
am
eat.
jealous, beyond jealous, Bob, because I am from the mid-Atlantic East, so in Virginia. Beautiful seasons, the fall colors are just that is the thing that I miss that I do not get in Florida, and that is probably the biggest miss for me is the fall.
Fall, for sure.
It is
fall.
thankfully I get to travel for my job, so I'm going to make myself travel at some point in that time frame up north. I go to like Jersey, Pennsylvania, that area. So not all the way northeast, but northeast enough that you can just like September 20th, I probably that week, whatever, I'm going to try to go.
If you're talking about Virginia, fall is definitely my favorite, but right there with it in Virginia is spring for me because all over like Virginia Beach, they plant tons and tons of tulips, and it's just awesome to see.
And if you're in certain parts of Tidewater or in Northern Virginia, the cherry blossoms are phenomenal.
In DC, yeah.
Phenomenal.
The capital, they plant the whole area.
They
don't
do. And then you
Around
have
the
crepe
Capitol
myrtles,
Mall.
which have beautiful flowers too in the spring. I love spring and fall, but I like winter. Summer is just, I'm not a big fan of summer. It's too hot for me down here.
Way too hot.
So if we move, it will certainly be to a place that has seasons again.
Or snowboard. Snowboard. We'll be snowboards.
Yeah, what do you call it?
I don't ever
We'll
want to
be
give
the
up here.
opposite.
Yeah, we'll be winter boards. No,
Winter birds.
we'll be sunbirds. We'll be
Yeah,
sunbirds.
There you go. During the summer, we could go up north where it's a little bit cooler.
We get a little relief
Uh-huh.
from the heat.
So, yeah. But Mibon's coming. We'll talk more about that when it gets there. But right now, apple butter, that Guinness bread, cobblers, kitchen witchery. Celebration-wise, as we go into Lunasa, I mean, this is really the height of the sun. It's like the hottest time of the year, the real dog days of summer. A good thing to do that I want to do is more foraging and being outside and doing things like that. So that'll be fun. And I've used my herb dryer for the first time. It's a manual herb dryer. It's not powered. And I finally just started using that. So I'm excited. But yeah.
Our friend says we're not moving without her.
Yes.
No, we wouldn't.
No, we wouldn't. We're never going to move from this house. This is our life house, but we will definitely have a place somewhere else. Whether it's a shack in the woods, in the mountains, somewhere, there will be something.
And we can find that here in Ocala.
As long as,
We can.
and we can do that too, and I will do that too. But there will be a third. Then there will always be a place for me to go somewhere in where there is a fall.
That's fine. I love the fall.
I'm aware, but I'm not asking permission.
All right.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh, I'm in Pittsburgh a lot actually, Bob, and man, it is beautiful. My company has a very big presence in Pennsylvania. As a matter of fact, I'll be in Pittsburgh not too far from now, and I actually really enjoy that area, especially where you go through all like the tunnels and stuff, and a lot of people hate it. And driving is kind of annoying, but it's so pretty. Just the amount of mountain paths and tunnels, it's really nice. One of my best work friends lives in Pittsburgh, and I miss her because she's not with us anymore. But anyway,
Okay.
if I ever get to Pittsburgh, I should look you up and see if we can go have a cup of coffee or something.
So Maybon we talked about, or
Yep, we talked about Mibon.
next-
We're gonna hit the next full
moon.
moon real quick, and then we'll topic it out.
Yeah.
So our next full moon will be August 9th. That is the Sturgeon moon in Aquarius. This is a fixed air sign. So, I again, same exact thing with the moon. I do not, and I don't know if you disagree. I'd love to hear your take on this. I do not believe, in my belief system, I should say, the moon does have a spirit. It has an energy. It has its thing. It has its presence. But it doesn't have its own, what's the word? It doesn't, how I use the moon is how I interpret it, is what is important. I interpret the moon as reflective. So the full moon energy is the spirit of that energy, not like the moon spirit. Does that make any sense?
I think so. Mhm.
It's animism, but in a way, but it's just, it's hard to explain. Like, I don't know. The energy doesn't emanate from the moon itself. It emanates from the energy that the moon is interpreted by and interacted with me in the universe. I don't know. It's weird. Regardless, I had to put that into words at some point and make because I know it's a thing. But knowing or thinking or having the knowledge of the airness of Aquarius being a fixed air sign, applying that to a full moon and the energy of something being so bright and reflective, this gets my human mind in tune with the universe in a way that makes things work in a different way. So this full moon is giving a very stuck and independent and strong quality, but being stuck and the ability to be muddled down and not move through it and refusing to express emotion. So when we have this full moon energy, we need to really hold tight onto our emotional water side of things because air is going to pull that out. So if you're doing full moon magic this time around, August 9th, I kind of say a day before, a day after, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. When we're looking at the Sturgis moon, the energy that we want to bring in is magic that is really at its peak that we want to start dismantling or pulling down, and energy that is really, I guess, wild, but blocking our emotional expression. So it's some expressive emotion in a full moon ritual. And we just came out of a new moon, so we're waxing crescent right now. So any kind of gradient energy that you want to build up is really a good place now to do. If you're feeling stuck, this is a good place to get unstuck because the moon is going to move forward whether you like it or not. A good card for this time of year or time of the month, whatever, is the Chariot, because we need to be propelling. So if you're feeling stuck, do some Chariot magic, some movement magic. How do I get from point A to point B? You can use kitchen magic in that too, right? I'm going to go point A is ingredients, or actually procurement of ingredients. Point B is eating
Mise en
the
place.
cobbler.
You have to do your mise en place.
Mise en
Putting
place.
everything together. Mise en place.
Yep, getting all your parts together, having all the pieces ready. My parts in place, I think, is what it means, or pieces in place, something like that. So that might be a good ritual for us if we go out and get our stuff today to build it. The ritual is we procure our ingredients, we together mix and create those ingredients, we bake them, we transform them into something else, and then we eat those ingredients as part of our ritual of becoming unstuck, of moving to the next phase. We took the pie and made it a pie, or cobbler made it a cobbler.
We took the things and made it a thing.
A different thing.
A big thing. One thing.
Uno thingo.
Are they a nice rednecks?
Yes.
Bob, I like nice rednecks.
I mean, I grew
Some
up
of
in
the best people.
Tidewater with quite a bit of redneck town there too. Yes, that is exactly what it is, Bob. 100%. The energy coming from objects is really related to how I perceive it and what frame I'm applying to it. So that's what allows me to believe that other people's beliefs are also valid. It helps me through that idea of how you perceive it is how it works for you. So I like that. That's a really neat way to put it. All right, what else we got?
So were we going to talk about our like rituals? Are we on to the main stuff? I know you have.
What do you mean?
A grab bag. I thought we were going to talk about rituals and doing your own rituals and things like that. Are we on to the main things now, or
I don't know what around to the main things means.
like the main topics?
Those are just random things I put up there. They're not specific, so it's whatever you want, whatever anybody has a question for. But yeah, if you want to talk about getting around to doing rituals on your own, we can.
Oh, it's kind of like our topic last night about. It's really kind of like about microdosing things online and taking the time to put in the work. That the way things are presented sometimes on TikTok and they're like these shorts of things that are talking about rituals and spells, and it just made me think about, that's okay to learn, but you really have to kind of put your own thought and energy into a ritual.
We talked a lot about last night the witch talk, which is these short bursts of things, and how that can be very negative. How can it be positive? Because I think short bursts of information can be very positive if you interpret it.
Well, it can be very good for me who has focus issues, but I think as long as people understand, like nothing is a quick work. I mean, things can go faster than others, but you really, in my opinion, have to put in your energy and your time and your thought into what you're doing. And in the case of rituals, if you write your own ritual that's come from your mind that you've created, I feel like it's more meaningful. And I did one that I've never got to include people in a group, um, just a small group, you and someone else.
Can I jump in real quick?
Mhm.
With that ritual, I was thinking about how this applies to our topic last night, and we were talking about recording things. And like I mentioned earlier, I don't want to be the cameraman
Right.
because I can't participate right, and it's not fun. So if we can set it up. That's one thing. Also, being personal. So rituals that I've done for people that I've sent to them personally because it's involving them or their family or maybe somebody passed, things like that, I think is pretty cool. But and we also talked about giving it an example of a ritual as a way to how to do it. But I don't have anything against a group ritual that's done online, that people are participating in as part of that process, as opposed to just a recording of your ritual for people to see.
I think a group, like on Discord or whatever, in a group, but to me, not like this, setting out to all.
Yeah.
I think if it's an
Like
included
Discord.
group for
If we
a
all got on
specific
Discord.
purpose, yeah.
If we all got on, we've done this before by phone. Remember, we did a ritual, like a land ritual with Joy and Gordon and
For all the
Manny and
stuff
all of them, and we all got on the phone together, and we were all in different places and describing where we were and what we were doing and what we were thinking as part of the. It was very political was the purpose, and we worked through that things as a group. That's pretty cool.
But it was us. We didn't put
It was not
live
recorded.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
We didn't spin out
But-
a video. It was us on Discord or whatever it was.
Phone.
Might have been Zoom.
It was the phone. I mean, you're right. It might have been Zoom.
We did it together.
Actually.
And it was for our group, for our purpose. Now, we did also talk, you could do like I feel like a demo, like how to set it up, how to do a mock ritual if you want to do for teaching, but as for an intent,
Yeah.
I don't think number one, that it can be something that's rushed or fast or...
Now we do like kitchen witchery and stuff. We do crafts as a ritual, as part of our ritual practice. That I think might be a little different because we're doing a craft along with it, maybe. So like we would open our circle like we do here. This is kind of a ritual. We open our circle, we go through our process. But correct me if I'm wrong. What you're talking about specifically is like the ritual and the meaning kind of gets lost if it's not including the people that it's for or with. Like that's how I take it.
And two, I know this is not to me, but I kind of go with that thought that like anything, and even if you're not including a bunch of people, if you're sharing what you're working on, intentionally or unintentionally, sometimes those energies can kind of impact your flow of what you're trying to manifest. I always tell people after.
Like when you say, hey, I'm working on doing this thing, and they're like, oh, why are you doing that? It's stupid.
Mhm.
Sucks the energy right out of it.
Or I did it this way. Well, I don't care what you did. Like, and they're being helpful.
Yeah.
And that's why after, then tell me what you did. I like to learn, but don't put your energy on my stuff
Yeah, I like that.
while it's being worked.
So if we do a ritual here, because we have a group, an internal tribe that we haven't done a lot of work with lately, but we probably will. They're still a group. It's just we haven't done anything. We did some ritual one time in our backyard, and it started raining. We ended up dancing in the rain and playing in the rain in the pool. That was super cool. But if I had recorded that, there's no way I would have felt appropriate sharing that. Because it's moments and ritual. Like, I don't know. But if you set out to do a ritual with the intention of teaching somebody something, I think that might be different. And I'm trying to put together what is the intent of your public display? And that is, I think, where the problem rests for me in my head. If your intent, like they're talking about, is to get you to my OnlyFans to make money, that's a problem.
Yeah.
If your intent is to be like, I'm the high and powerful almighty witch, that's a problem. If your intent is, I want to share this beautiful thing with you that I've done, and I'd like you to be able to participate or see it, I think that's okay.
And I do want to say something because this happened to me. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you didn't. The ritual has to be this way, or you can't call in this or that, or you can't honor the elements or whatever. This happened to me
Yeah,
4 years ago. I was so excited.
That needs to be in your shadow work.
And
because you haven't got over it yet.
yeah.
And I don't think you should. That was really shitty. Sorry, go ahead.
So I never written a ritual before on my own, and I was so excited. And, it's not something.
Did they ask you to do it? I can't remember.
They asked for volunteers.
Yeah.
And I did, and then they said, okay, right, and I wrote it, and then they came back, well, we don't believe that here. You can't call in or honor the elements. You can't do this. I said, When you write a ritual, it should be free flowing for you, and it doesn't matter. You can have it in what order you want. You can close the circle and go backwards and open it at the end. It doesn't matter. It's not hard. Meditate or walk or drive. This came to me when I was driving to work, and it was a bardic type flow of ritual that I love, and it was so much fun, and I was like crushed. Like when I thought it was so good, and I thought it was so interesting, and it would really be like inspiring, and then the instructor at that time just kind of tore it down. So do your ritual, write it how you want. It's for you, and don't let anybody ever in any community in the occult or pagan area tell you that it can't be done that way. That's just not the case. How it is.
Agree 100%.
If you're pledging to the hey dragon,
hey, we talked about you a little bit earlier.
Pledging to the craft of the sky, of the High Lord and High Priest, that's your choice. If you want to go, it's a free country, but
I mean, I want to point out what Bob said. The energy from objects, it is that you use is more like how you perceive it. It is what us monotheists refer to as our relationship with God. I want to point that out because it is just so much proof that people who believe differently can come up with things. So if we do a ritual right now and Bob is here and he'd be like, well, I don't believe that. And he'll say, what I believe is this. And he does that thing in place of what we say. That's how it should work. Right? Like if I'm calling to the four corners and you don't like the four corners, you don't call to the four corners. It's okay. But don't invite somebody to do a ritual, right? And say, hey, write a ritual, and then don't give you any guidelines, and then tell you, no, it's not good enough or not right.
I mean, what could be worse or less welcoming to our occult community? Like I know y'all talked about last night a topic of gatekeeping, and I won't go there. But like really, I think there's a time and a place for it. Like there's certain info that, could be historically correct or whatever, but don't ask somebody to, especially somebody new to your group, to do something and then like crush on them.
Well, there's something to be said for tradition. I think repeating things makes them stronger, right? So if you're repeating rituals the way they were done or thoughts that have the way they were, then that's some tradition and that has some energy and power to it. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, we don't know, and nobody does, what the actual right thing is, if there even is one, right? We don't know how the Druids practice. We don't know how witches in the 1200s practice. We have evidence of some things that they did. We have what we feel as connected individuals, and that I think is where is important. As connected individuals to the universe, the things that we think come from that great Akashic repository, right? So when we have ideas and we share them and we work through them, that's the real magic. So I think we should respect tradition. I think if you call yourself a specific thing, then the thing that you are specifically referring to, you should know about, right?
Yeah.
Like if you talk about shadow work didn't start with witches. Shadow work started with Carl Jung. That's where, and actually before Carl Jung, but that's how it became well known here, right? So if you're going to talk about shadow work, you should know what he thought about shadow work. I think that's fair. Like there's a tradition to things, right? Traditionally, I say this all the time with the tarot cards. Traditionally, it means this, which is what I was taught. But I don't get that all the time. I get something different, and I'm clear and fine with that. It's so weird. And Dragon, we had a huge conversation last night about gatekeeping, and I had a problem with some of the conversation, mainly around the word gatekeeping. I think gatekeeping should be reserved to the negative connotation of the word. Is ultimately, I thought about it this morning. I think we should call things gatekeeping when we are gatekeeping things in an inappropriate way. The rest of it is traditional guidance to me.
And the other word I thought of last night, but I gotta say, is feedback. Like feedback you get when you do something one way or another. Feedback, not just verbally, but you can have it
Like energy.
Yeah. Why not call some of it, or the more positive word, feedback?
Yeah.
And not like me giving you feedback exactly that way, but it's like a response to what you're doing, that kind of feedback, whether it's energetically or verbally.
I think gatekeeping really does have a negative connotation. I think it should, and I think we should reserve it for that negativity, because I think gatekeeping is bad. I think if somebody says you can't do it that way or you shouldn't do it that way, in certain context is not appropriate. And if we say it differently and say, hey, you are a member of the OTO, which was the example we used last night, then you should stick to the OTO tradition in that thing. I mean, you still can do whatever you want. You have that freedom. But I can understand why somebody who is a member of that group would be like, don't say you're a member of our group if you're going to believe differently. Like, that's not, then it's fine. Believe differently, but you're not that group anymore. You know what I mean? It's like me calling myself a Setian. I'm not a Temple of Set person. I've read the books. I know a lot about it, but I'm not. So I'm not going to go around and say I practice Setian, because I don't function in that manner. But I would expect that Don Webb would gatekeep. If I went and said I was a Setian, but then said all these other random things, he would find my video like, dude, you're not us. Don't talk about that.
Say you enjoy some of our processes within your practice.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that was why last night I think I mentioned it. I agree 100% with everybody's sentiment. I just think that the word gatekeeping should be reserved for the negative connotation. Again, my opinion, nobody has to follow it. And then if you're, teaching me about a tradition, let's say I do, I like to call the corners, but I cannot tell you how many people have told me, oh, you're calling an elemental. That's a very, very powerful entity. You shouldn't be doing that. It brings all this danger and fey into the world. Fuck off. Because that's not my belief system, and that's not how I feel. Traditionally, that might be true for you. That would be gatekeeping to me. You can tell me, hey, I learned this, and I think you should consider this, and maybe read up on this, and you might learn something, or tell me how you feel, right? That would be a huge conversation. That's not gatekeeping. Gatekeeping for me is when you say, oh, you can't do it that way because this is how it's supposed to be done, right? I think that was the big thing I was trying to get through last night. I don't know if it did, but that was really my point. And yeah, absolutely, Kelvin, practice it on your own terms, and you should.
Yes, absolutely.
But if let's say you go out and you say you're a Luciferian, and you meet another Luciferian, and that Luciferian says, you can't do this. To me, that's gatekeeping, but it's a little more valid because that's somebody who also practices it. But what they should say is, hey, in Luciferian, they teach this. Yeah. Did you know that this is kind of what they say about this, and you're different? So I would recommend maybe learning a little bit more about that. That's not gatekeeping to me. That's tradition. That's tradition, knowledge, and teaching. And then you can still say, I still don't believe that. It doesn't make sense to me. And then it's fine.
But maybe some parts of Luciferianism I do like, and I just won't be a traditional one.
Correct.
I'll incorporate some of that into my eclectic or evolving eclectic practice. I like that.
That's why our group that we have is the Eclectic Prism Society. It's all things. It's a hodgepodge because we don't call ourselves anything. We practice our own way. But if somebody comes into me and says, hey, the elementals are these really rough, powerful entities, you know what? I'm going to say, okay, I don't believe that. But how did you learn that? I'd like to look into that. I'd like to read a little bit. Tell me what your thoughts are on that. And I was like, well, I learned that on the astral plane, the elementals are very weak and wispy energies that we pull into reality as we're doing something. Like right now, I call to the corners. I'm pulling in earth energy. I'm pulling in an earth elemental. I'm creating it for the purposes of what we're doing. And then when we're done, it dissipates back to the earth. That's not an entity that's strong, but it's not an entity that I'm afraid of. And so that's kind of the idea behind it. This stuff's kicking in.
Yeah, you can tell.
Makes me hyper.
I'm not being mean. It's no. I can tell. It's good. I'm gonna get you more.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
gonna get you a
those.
case.
And they're only 5 grams of sugar for the whole can, which is
Luminate. That's
perfect.
good, right?
Yeah, I would drink this for sure.
I think they had a couple other flavors. Do you like that flavor particularly, or just the?
I definitely like that one. So yeah, I didn't expect to go back on that track, but it's obviously a good topic that we need to continue. And the conversation afterwards last night, you guys, if you haven't been in Apocrypha in a while,
oh my God, you gotta go.
You gotta go check it out. It is very different than it was a year ago. I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it publicly and on recording because this is gonna stay forever.
Well, you're also live, so
if he's listening, he's listening. But Dyra is the best thing that has ever happened.
We love Dyra.
The whole shape of the show is so much. The energy is just right. It is different than if it's been a while since you guys have been in, you really should check it out. The whole energy is very different. I don't want to say it's more positive, but it's much. There's learning. There's a lot more learning going on. There's a lot more exchange of ideas happening. It's nice. So if you haven't been in a while, I would recommend you guys checking it out. Not just because I do it, but it's really different. And then the conversation is good. We limit it to an hour, almost to the dot.
Yep.
So it's very, very controlled. And then we did our first of many will come afterward sessions like we used to on Discord to continue the conversation for those that can. So
that was amazing. That was so good.
Saturday nights, 8:00 Eastern. If you haven't been in a while, you should check it out. It's a whole new energy, and it's just morphed over the past year.
Come back.
Yeah. But we had such a good conversation last night about all this process and stuff, and it was really nice. Yeah. And see, Dragon, that's really important. Like, I really like the Norse energy of things, the Norse pathway. It is Norse and Druid are the two things that call to me the most, and I've been spending probably the least amount of time in because I'm still trying to get through a class on metaphysics. But there is a way, I think, the way that you just shared that to me makes me intrigued. I want to learn more about the Norse tradition elementals. Get more understanding. And I guess I would think in the order of like the what is it, Miflheim and I don't want to make fun of it. I can't remember the two, the fire and ice, the two lands with the Gununga gap in between.
I have no idea.
Like Speffelheim, I don't know. I can't remember. But I could incorporate that into my belief system if I learn more about that. But I have to be open to it. And you, as a teacher of that, has to be not gatekeeping of that tradition. That's where the problem comes in. By not gatekeeping it and sharing that this is a tradition, it intrigues other people to engage that tradition and learn and maybe adapt to those things. And I just think that that's the way to do it. So I think gatekeeping should remain the negative connotation for it. And I'm going to push this hard. And we just have to find the right new word for it. Feedback is Muspelheim, yeah.
Muspelheim.
We need to read that story today and re-up on it because I've read it a few times, but yeah, because it was the fire world and the ice world.
Writing it down. How do you spell it? Muspelheim?
I have a book. The very first story in the Viking book will tell us.
Will you remember? Because I'll forget if I don't write. You'll remember it.
We just have to remember to get the book because it's right in the front. But yeah, so that was really that was one of the. There's just a critical conversation last night that I really enjoyed. But yeah, so that's really the right way to me to do it. And people can do whatever they want. And if they want to gatekeep or be part of that, then fine. I get it. There is something to be said for tradition, especially when you have worked for years and years in that tradition. I like that. Preserve that tradition. Share what you want to share, but don't demand that I do it that way.
And maybe be a little bit kind or helpful in your feedback if somebody goes out on a limb and does something they haven't done before and with good intent to write a ritual or whatever it is, because they're excited and they have most likely, like I had that. I captured the childlike joy of realizing how magic is in the world for us as adults. It was very positive, and I felt like
it was a good ritual too. I enjoyed it.
You just feel like you're shit on.
You know what the nicest thing about that was? What was so cool about this is that one person that we should stay in touch with, and we don't because we're stupid.
Yeah.
We've we've known her for now what 10 years maybe,
Yep.
and she recognized immediately how upset he was.
And I didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything at all.
Yeah.
How upset it made him, and she reached out and said, "Hey, I really want you to do your ritual." So she got on a call with us and let him do the ritual with us, and it was almost makes me want to cry.
I know. I do miss her. I'm gonna reach out to her.
I mean, that was big.
But I've never. I think when appropriate and when universe, I don't. Maybe it was. The purpose of that was for me to learn and a lesson, but I really want to do that ritual. So I think when appropriate,
Is it?
I'll do it with either Keith. It has to be the right purpose and right month and all that. But
Is it time sensitive? Like, was it a specific time of year?
they called it. It was some kind of strawberry blessing of the lakes, of the land, of the sky, and the moon stars. But
So
for their
spring,
tradition,
probably.
yeah. The strawberry
Well,
lemonade
summer.
moon, they called it, or whatever.
We'll have to look at that because that'd be something I would want to do again. We really need to reach out to her
Yeah, we do.
and connect back and talk with her because she's always been so kind.
I still have access to that temple thing.
I do
but
too.
I don't know if she's doing it.
The
We
imagination.
should. And we just say, hey, yeah, I really Temple of Imagine, I think is what it was.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could do that, and then we could get. If you guys are interested, this is an old style format. I'm talking like 2001, maybe even 1999. Forum board that our friend manages, and it has no activity on it anymore. And we're like, there's such good stuff in there, and I even was pushing to be in it, and I just don't.
I just want to check in with her too. And
Yeah,
say, hey,
we will.
how
Let's
are
check
you?
in with her and see if we can't get on a call.
Say, hey, we just want to catch up with you. She was. That's like that's good people there.
Yeah, she was definitely the positive factor in Sacred Mist when we were the students there. But
And I wonder how that's doing now. It was so awesome when it started. Definitely got me into paganism and things. And then I actually didn't think I'd say this, but I prefer the old type of threads and formats it had because when they switched,
oh,
it went to a Facebook style, like a social media thing, and it just even this school here that I'm looking at, but really with the book, it's like the old time threads, and it's frustrating. Like, God, where do I go to find this and that? But I tell you what, when you learn it, it's good stuff. If that's how people can present it without it, I think with that modernization, which I can only imagine that was their goal, it lost the feel and flow.
it did. It lost its tradition.
Lost the tradition. That's why it's important to honor traditions.
Traditional reinforcement.
Traditional reinforcement.
Tradition reinforcement is what I think we could call it. I think tradition reinforcement is very important
With appropriate feedback.
with control mechanisms.
Ooh, which book do you have, Kelvin? Which
That's-
book? Which book? This one? Grimoire for the Apprentice Wizard? Or is it a different one?
We have. I want to read that. That is a huge book and it's tiny writing. It's gonna take years to get through.
Well, so. Oh, yes. Awesome. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's got a lot of knowledge. The writing is small. It's like packed in. So just so you know, I had ordered one for the school, but they're like really behind. So I was like, forget this. So I went on Amazon and got it. My copy will be shipped this week.
Okay.
If you'd liked it, I will
I
like to
would.
gift
I'd
it
like-
to you. It's really good info. I mean, take a look at mine and see if you would. If not, I'll gift it somewhere.
No, I'll definitely be interested in that. I'm almost done with that Astral Child. I got like 10 pages left. And then I can start going back to the class and finishing up. I'm finishing Thomas Francis. So
Awesome. Kelvin.
we are working on a project that we have started and stopped for years. I'm not going to give you the name of it. I'm not going to share what it is or the purpose of it. But Dragon knows a little bit about what we've been trying to do for a long time that just never got off the ground. In Discord, the Order of the Patchwork Pagans, we're making that a thing. I don't care if people joke on us or pick on us, but we are going to set up a process whereby we have criteria to list practitioners on there for people to reference. The criteria will be the same for everybody. Criteria might be something like, I can't even think of what it would be, but there will be a group of us that are going to work on this, and I want to need help with it. Obviously, Adius, Dyra, Dragon. I'd love Scarlet to be in it.
She may be really busy.
Yeah, but the idea is that we will curate a list of people, not accreditations, not like we're going to give them a seal of they're good, but just a way to have a list that we're all good with that we can recommend people for. So if somebody comes to me for runes, go to Dragon. If somebody comes for tarot, go to me. If they want Dragon Reiki, Dragon. If they want Reiki, Brad. You know, kind of that demonolatry, Dyra. Like, so we have this thing where we have a grouping together where we're all posted. We're going to maintain that webpage. I'm looking for how to do that now. That's just one tiny piece of it. The back of the Order of the Patchwork Pagans is this association that we can share information with each other and kind of, I don't want to call it a school because we're not doing like witch skills like a school. But we're putting something together that will be a easy to manage repository of learning for our independent traditions that will be open to any practitioner that wants to be a part of it. When we get it together and it's actually in place, then we will release it. We're not going to talk about it, until the content is there.
Yeah.
We're not going to open it with partial stuff. It's going to have its content and then it will open. We've tried it before. It didn't work. And at this point, I don't care. I'm going to do it. And whatever people take in, great. If they don't, then they don't. So I have to get this stuff out somewhere.
Can I talk about my little thing too?
No.
Really?
Yeah. This isn't the Brian show.
No, I know. I'm aware. So for years, I've been like, people have their thing. They do tarot streams, and which are great and stuff. And I've always kind of thought, God, what can I do that's just for me that's a little bit short and sweet, or something I can do that's fun, and so I can just send some positive vibes out there. So it's definitely going to be a YouTube short thing I'm doing, and it's not teaching. It's not anything about that.
You going to do it on the Two Pondering Pagans, or?
Well, that's a question. Can I
would
share
want
it?
you to.
You would or you wouldn't? Okay. It's I absolutely will. It's gonna be sprinkles coupled with sulfur. It's keeping
Or
it
just
real.
sprinkles and sulfur.
Sprinkles and sulfur.
Sulfur with sprinkles.
It's gonna be just very short, 5 minutes or less. Shorts. I might include pulling a card one day, or a thought, or a focus, or whatever. But in my fashion and personality, it can only be called one thing, and that's be kind, bitch. And it's going to be basically be kind, bitch. And it's going to be hashtag BKB coming out soon. So we can look it on yours and mine. I'm trying to get it
What's
up and
yours?
going this week. I think it's Rook Tempest YouTube, which
Oh.
they probably don't know. So I'll probably start out with yours on ours and then share it on mine. So if anything, hopefully it'll be upbeat.
Because I have a separate, my own YouTube is separate from Two Pondering Pagans. The Two Pondering Pagans is supposed to be for everything. So you can use whatever you want to
No,
do.
if I
it's
can
fine.
do it on
Yeah.
our Two Pondering Pagans as well, that'd be good. So just something fun coming up. I'm excited. I've tried to think for years, what could I do? And that's kind of it, because I'm kind of salty but sweet.
I might go back to doing Satero Day too. I miss
Oh,
that.
I love that. So be kind, bitch.
Yeah. Bitch. So our idea is more sharing and giving information than we just building something. We have zero financial goals with any of this stuff.
And I won't be
It's
able to
just
do it
fun.
with this, right? My wording, and I'm not changing the word of it.
It's just fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna say bitch. I'm gonna write it or however, and I don't care.
They just won't market for kids. That's all. It'll be 18
Yeah.
plus.
I can't change the name of it. That's literally what
If it came to you, it came to you.
for years, and this it came to me. Be kind, bitch.
That is fun, Dragon. I'd love to check her out. But we're going to try to have a much better presence of stuff that we do. And then, we have the cameras and stuff. We're going to try to get that stuff back out. We're going to start recording crafts again. We have the craft section set up in the garage now. And it's not going to be professional. I'm going to probably kick the camera over a few times. We're going to spill stuff. We're going to say fuck and get pissed off and irritated like I do sometimes with whoever I'm working with. Yeah, so I am trying to allow a bitch.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
So anyway, that stuff's coming down the road. I and is there anything else that people have, like any topics or anything that you guys want to talk about or share? Because we've talked way too much about ourselves, and that while you're thinking about that and typing any responses that you guys have, our entire purpose and goal of all of this is to get your ideas back to us. Like I'm being very selfish here, and I mean that. Like we put out this show, or we do this show not because I want to teach anybody about the sun. I'm not an expert astrologer. I'm barely over a novice. I know how to start a natal chart. I still owe Dragon a natal chart. I've done half of it and then just forget about it because it's so crazy. I did do the quantum energy healing for somebody, and that took like 3 weeks of writing and it's long. The result was like 4 pages long. But we have these things that we can do. We want to share with you guys, but I want to learn. I want to hear back from everybody.
Did you enjoy like that process of doing it? It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
But what did you feel like when it was done based on what you learned in your studies?
I feel like this would be the absolute it is perfectly aligned with general life coaching. Ooh. All right.
Is that empty?
Yeah, this is empty, and I could use more coffee. We're going to talk about mycelium when Brad gets back.
Yes.
Because I think mycelium...
Be kind.
Mycelium is something that we can utilize as an idea in our goings. Like it's very... I was thinking about this the other day because we have mushrooms all over our yard. About how the mycelium just connects everything, and the biggest organism in the world is a mycelium. Is a fungus. So I love that. And Dragon, I need to talk with you a little bit. This is another thing I know I am interested in paying for it as a service to us, and that is foraging. Now that you're not nearby, we can't forage, but I would like to one day get on a phone call with you or a Zoom or Teams or something and go out here and forage around, because I can take pictures of stuff and compare it to a book and all that, but I really need help because I don't have the eye to look for the thing that I need to find. So I figured if that's a service you'd be willing to offer, I would pay to get on a video conference. And I know we're friends, and I'm sure you'd do it for me for free. If you wouldn't, that's also fine. But I'm just saying it's something that I feel like I should pay for. So if that's something you're interested in, I want to do it. Because I need to learn. I've been doing more. I've been going out and I've been trying to learn plants and stuff, but I'm just too afraid to actually do it. And I'm afraid of like I don't even know what part to get. Am I supposed to get the root on this one? Is this a berry? Am I supposed to get the flower? Am I supposed to get the leaf? The stem? So I'm very confused about that part. So I thought, however you wanted to do it, you would let me know what would you charge anybody to do something like that? And then we would pay that to do it. And just, I'd go to a park here or go in even our backyard when it's not mowed and see what back there is magical. I bought this 6-foot tall herb dryer for like $20. It hangs in our garage because our garage has a dehumidifier and an air conditioning unit. I did cherry blossoms because we had tons of cherries. But I have some cherry blossoms now that are local, so that was cool. But I only know that because I know it's a cherry tree. So I need help with that. But that is a service that I want as part of Order of Patchwork Pagans. So on Order of Patchwork Pagans, it will say, Dragon Alchemist or whatever you would want it to say, says services offered, $20 an hour, whatever, $20, $1 a minute, I don't know, for how to do that thing. Ziggy! But, if you need herbal advice, do that. And then our friend here, Beatrice, helps make herbal tinctures and stuff. So she can tell you which ones to buy and mix and what amounts. And link to her business, Crone House, which I think is awesome. Like just stuff like that. And that's the idea for Order of the Patchwork Pagans, and always has been. And then the other part that we are doing is the Eclectic Prism Society, which is kind of like the repository or maybe even an online basically an online like grimoire type thing, but people can learn it if they're interested. They have access to it. And then that's the kind of stuff that we're doing. And then, I'm going to put my tarot class on there so that people can buy the tarot class in bits and pieces instead of, some people want to charge $200, $500, like $10 per chapter. There's 10 chapters. That's the max. And that way you can have access to our information. But I am hyper as crap with that kratom.
Oh, this decaf, so I'm hard. I love kratom.
I do too.
Vitamin K.
Ziggyson.
Hey, Ziggy. Woo! How you doing, Ziggy?
That's one of the things that Order of Pagans would be really good at setting up. And it'll be like this association, basically. It's literally what it is. It's like the IMCH has a association for its church stuff.
I thought you said disassociation. I was like, oh, I dissociate a lot.
We'll have an association for paganism, not in a gatekeeping way like we've been talking about, but in the resource manner, in a resource way. But you have to have certain criteria, like you can't just call yourself the high priestess of the oils and then be like, I'm an expert in making stuff. I don't know. I can't think of it. I'm hyper as crap, but that's the idea. Super exciting. What else?
We should do more thinking about doing more crafting things. That'd be fun.
Absolutely.
I know we have a friend that wants to do it on here. I know Joy probably would.
Well, I just mentioned doing remote stuff with Dragon to help me with herbs and like doing foraging in Florida.
Is she agreeable?
She is.
Amenable?
So she's going to have to come up with a cost, what she would charge anybody for, because I think that is something worth paying for. And then Beatrice, I would love to engage her to teach us better on how to make the teas properly and organize things. I think we could do a class here on that. That's all stuff that we can do in this room.
Oh, yeah.
Now, most of our crafts that we're going to do out in the garage are things that have VOC. So, like resins and heat presses and things like that, we'll have to do out there. But the rest of it, like making face washes and candles and all that stuff, we can do in here. Or both. And we will do, I think we probably will do those live in most cases. And then we'll filter out another version of it, a short version, edited.
Yep.
Anyway.
It's good to move. Move your mind, move your body.
Yeah.
Move your thoughts.
And now we have the room to do it.
Now we
actually created it.
We cleaned it out. Thank you. I'm glad we did
it
that.
still looks pretty ugly, but it works. And, the other thing, what we need? We need to get internet out there.
That makes
Stronger
me think
internet.
of our, what was it, like 6 years? It was right when we moved in the house 6 or so years ago. And we had that group of people over. You guys were doing tarot.
Oh my God.
And,
it was Halloween. It was Salann.
There's Joy. Earth! She's like, give me fire. And didn't something catch on fire there too?
That was
some magic shit.
I was so disappointed at that.
Give me Earth!
Because I got so drunk. I don't remember the 2 hours before, and I think we scared the shit out of half of our guests because some of them left.
And if we had the kratom, we'd be much better.
Yes.
Then.
And we'll still serve mead and stuff at our, because I still want to do like Samhain and things, but we're pretty much dry now. And it's just better.
That was some magic. When you're around certain people, like you feel the Matt Joy is one of them. B, of course, Leslie.
And letting your energy down.
Deb
we had like
Kellerman.
30 people here.
Oh my gosh.
I am jealous, but my goal in life is to be at the magical level that they are at, and I want to be an elder. Like I wanted people to come to me for that stuff. But I'm not there I got 20 more years before I'm at that point, I think. But
I think they got there because they just keep on doing it. Trying new things, just living it like daily.
Yeah. We should have gone yesterday.
Yeah. Well, there's something else that not just that, there was something I really wish I would have done yesterday. Other than that, but with those people, and I got to try to be, I say we want to be there and help people.
We have been going more.
Yeah, to the church, to the church.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was something else that I'm like, man, I wish I would.
Congregation.
I wish I would have focused and
Yeah.
with
Oh,
intent
yeah,
to go
yeah,
help
yeah.
this person because
Well, maybe we can reach out to her now and see if there's anything left to do, and say, "Hey, we couldn't make it
sorry.
there. Don't
Yeah.
even, not even, no need for that. Just we couldn't make it there. Is there something else we can do to help?" That's what we'll do. Let's do that today.
yeah. And then yesterday, like this has been like a really good weekend. So, I mean, for me, I ran into randomly a guy I worked with years ago. Very, oh my God, and positive person. Like I think was a godsend to your organization during COVID.
Yes.
With everything he did. And
Dude was a marketing person, and he was standing out front handing out PPE. He was there from morning to dusk outside in the heat. It was, yeah, he was people.
there's like for me anyway, I don't know if anybody feels that kind of thing, like running into people that you associate good things with, that is like an
Synchronicity.
endorphin rush that is just like, you can't replicate it. It's like you can't request it. You can't make it happen, and when the universe does that, that was really good.
The synchronicity to me.
And then yesterday was a good day. I know we cleaned a lot. We did some stuff. We went out and found a new place, which is great. They do have Keurig coffee. Dear friend listening, so it's not standard, but it was awesome. It was an awesome place. And then we had a great show or a podcast last night with Apocrypha.
That was a really good
Just
one.
a collective great energy week.
We need to talk about
We
that working on energy thing, because we're in the same boat. The energy right now is absolutely crazy and heavy and muddled and stuffy and humid. So we all need to work on that, I think. And then, Bob, I have a really big problem with this. I am a master at work. I am a master at my job. I'm a master at nursing. I'm a nurse. I am a master at project management. I am a master at organizing and getting things done. But when it comes to spiritual stuff, I feel like an imposter syndrome if I say I'm a master at anything. But there are things that I'm good at, and that is part of my shadow work that I need to work through, continue to work through to get to where I can say it better. And Joy used to yell at me at this all the time.
About being creative.
Yeah, I say like I'm not creative. I do not do creativity. I don't have it. I just don't have it. And she helped me find the creativity that I do have, and that's really hard for me to admit that I'm good at certain things. So that's yeah.
Bitch. Oh.
It's hard. Yeah, I get imposter syndrome all the time. Like the thought of it, and it's a confidence thing. So yeah, I appreciate that. That gets me thinking. What in the world? What do you see, Bubba?
Encouraging my friend for working out.
What does he see? Ben.
I think he might be blind.
He's not. I think one of our dogs is in a dream, and then he wakes up thinking something is there. But yeah.
Yeah, and what I think
That is true.
Too, it's like I think our jobs too is like we gotta. It's because I do the same thing. Like even at work, I will not eat. I'll be into something, going to the next thing, and doing it, and it's like really like taking time out just for. It's important to balance our spirituality or our other things in our life with our work, and it's when you're in a job like you have or like I have or anybody has for that matter, it can be hard to do it. Like I know one of our friends here, and then my DON now currently, they always stop every day about 12:30 and said two things. Number one, did you eat? Because they know I don't eat. Number two, did you take your medicine?
Good.
And that's caring. That's like somebody that cares about you, that thinks enough to say, hey, did you eat? Did you get what you need? So
yes,
that's a good thing.
You made me think of the need to do magic at work. That's something I don't do very well that I used to do, insofar as utilizing my magic abilities, because there are things that I am good at. I'll admit that. And I need to, if I can work on those things and get them done and do them, then there's a good chance that I might be able to get things done in a way that I didn't before. So I think that's something to think about. And yes, it is a trauma response. As soon as you said that, a whole bunch of things popped into the back of my head about traumas that I have. And I remember being yelled at by a teacher for getting the right answer but not doing it her way. And I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I remember being yelled at this is what's funny. You remember I told you about I have a trauma response to pools, the pool light?
Yeah.
Because in Christianity, this is when I was with a Christian group when I was in church. I was like 12. We're at a pool party, and the pool party was the minister's house. And the minister blamed me for the light coming loose. It said that it was my fault that I was playing around with it and that I was causing trouble. And I never had anything to do with it. Not even a little. I was not even near it enough to do that. But they stopped the whole pool party because they didn't want him to get electrocuted, and everybody blamed me for it. So I have an issue with that. And then in 7th grade, they put my name in the yearbook twice, under Shucker Brian, and then once under B. So it made everybody's name off one row for the entire yearbook because of my name. Embarrassing to a kid in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all of these are trauma responses, but you know what the first one was? It was in 3rd grade, where my teacher went to sit down in her chair, and somebody pulled the chair out from under her, and she blamed me for it. And she really was just fat and fell.
And did you tell her that you're just overweight and fell?
No.
Good.
I just said that it wasn't me, and I cried, and they blamed it on me. So you know I have a problem of being, like, I'm very fearful of being accused of things that I didn't do. Like, I react, what's the word? Catastrophically.
But please don't think of it. You don't want to draw that energy in.
I know.
I hope you don't think of it often because
I don't actually.
Good.
But it does come up like now and then. But that's something I really want to work through. But anyway, I want to catch up on this part because I didn't.
But he won't stop calling. When I get this way.
That's a very good point, Bob. I like that. Yeah, well, y'all just saw me unravel a whole new part to that I didn't consider. Look, as a ritual drink, kratom and kava can really change your thought process without messing up your judgment. Because,
Ooh, I want to start incorporating that into our ritual and our offerings.
It is ritual. That's the whole purpose of it. It's a ritual drink, Remember I talked about it yesterday, packaging kava and kratom with certain herbs and teas and stuff that we've been doing so that we can have, like, something that we would sell.
Yes.
So without going any further, I'm going to leave it open for you guys. If you have any comments or any new topics you want to do, we will talk through them, but we are also going to pull cards. So if you want a card pulled, let us know. You will get a general unless otherwise stated. I am using an oracle deck today. It's called the Obsidian Veil. So I'm not doing traditional tarot.
Ooh,
so if you'd like a read, pop your name in there and we will get through these.
I think I'm going to use Lenormand deck today.
Go for it.
What is it and what does it do? Let me go grab it. Can I go
grab it? You going to grab your own, or do you have your own Lenormand deck, or do you want to use one of the green ones, the ones that I liked?
I can use one of the ones you have. I mean, I have a couple, and
I'll go grab one that I think.
Actually, didn't you get me one? This black gray one?
Yes, but I think there's a better one.
Okay. If you're willing to share, I'll be willing to use. I can't. Ooh, mushrooms, yes. Mystic, we need to talk about mushrooms and mycelium while we're reading. Pulling cards. Let me write this down. So who? It's the trauma thing. Ooh, dragon. Dragon, Kelvin, Ziggy. Let me write this down. I'm making the list, y'all. I got Dragon, Kelvin, Ziggy. Let's say Dragon. Kelvin, Ziggy. All right, got him. Dragon, Kelvin, and Ziggy. Think about me. I'm sorry, guys. I did not like this singer forever, and now I'm like obsessing over Sabrina Carpenter. Some of her songs, not the slutty ones. The other ones, I can't get them out of my head. Ooh, mushrooms could be a whole show. You know what?
Mycelium, yeah, we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah, but Dragon, would you be willing to come on for that and share your experience and stuff on them, on mushrooms? And then add Bob. I got Dragon, Kelvin, Ziggy, and now can you add Bob? Just popped up. Me on my own, sweet, I guess so.
Yes. So I was in doing yard work the other day, whatever day I was mowing, So this is a traditional designed Lenormand deck. This is
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite.
Oh, Green Glyphs.
It's the Green Glyphs.
Nice.
By, who do you think they're by?
Where did you get this? I'm not gonna look. Is it by a druid?
No.
No.
You know who my favorite card
Oh.
artist is?
By this dude?
Yep.
I can't
James
remember.
Eads.
James Eads.
And they're so pretty. They've got like this peach foil, like matte foil on the edges. They're just gorgeous. So I was doing yard work, and whenever I see mushrooms, I try not to mow them. I try to go around them, and I leave them kind of there. I just like them, but it always is that reminder that what you see is the fruiting body, and that's it. The mycelium underneath is just insanely huge, and it goes across. I mean, there's some, if I'm not mistaken, that are, I think the biggest thing in the world, the biggest living thing in the world is the mycelium.
Oh yeah.
And it's the connecting part of the fungus that you
Network.
don't see. Yeah. So that is such a big part of the whole thing. Queen Herbie.
Oh no, but I want.
I have
want
heard
Ziggy.
of that. I think Ziggy, you've told me about
Is
her
it
before.
Queen Herbie, Herby.
Yep,
I will
and
check that
and
out.
the U is a V.
Hold on.
QVEEN.
Hold on. So
Checking
it's
her out now.
Queen is Queen, and then how do you
It's
spell
Q HERBY, but Queen is a V instead of a U.
it? Oh.
We'll get to it. You can get it. I think that was on purpose.
Me, on my own. That's the me espresso.
So there is so much magic in fungus, and I actually, whenever I go somewhere, I take pictures of funguses everywhere, but I am terrified of them. I would like to find out how can I use fungus properly in my, what do you call it? Practice? Like, do you dry them? How do you suspend them or use them? Do you powder them? And then what's safe to use them in? Like burning, because sometimes it's not safe. That's the stuff that I would love to know. Oh yeah. The aspen forest, that's the one that like every tree is an exact DNA copy of the other, and there's like just a huge forest of them. They're all like they're not even just different trees, they are the same exact DNA tree, which is not normal, I think.
Tina is up under the same. Ben was crying. She's like under the same, the altar.
Iris gets something there all the time.
Are you okay, Titi? You okay?
Is she? No, I think he just was thinking she's weird. Dogs definitely talk to us. I think, would you want to do like a Sunday show, or do you want to set up a different time and we'll advertise for it? I would love to do that. Oh my God. And we can bring you in through Discord if you want. That would probably be the easiest way. Oh, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah. Roots of all these trees are connected. That is so freaking cool.
It really is.
I want to learn more about that. It's really cool. These have not been shuffled before, right?
Never.
Okay, good. I'm gonna shuffle a goodly amount. Thinking about me, all on my own. Sweet as so.
I'm gonna try to set this box up so that it's
lightning to know.
blocking that thing. So we should be able to put your cards right against these, so like this. Little out of focus.
I'm working late because I'm a singer.
Let me move my toothpick so it's not anybody's scream. Got my little shovel. All these shovels are. Oh, I haven't shared yet. All right, so we got Dragon, Kelvin, Ziggy, and Bob.
All right.
You know what else we could do that I don't want to forget? We can help a person be able to be more discreet online if they want. If it makes it easier by creating a second YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Because they're free. You can have multiple channels.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Might be make things
Yeah,
easier. I was
that's
just thinking
cool.
about that. We need to do that.
We could ask they.
We can ask they.
If they would like that.
Be a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit less
dumb.
worried about,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. I think it'd be easier. All right. So I'm using the Obsidian Veil. This is a gorgeous deck. I have pulled Hecate just as a card to show. This is the shovel I was telling you about. This is our scoop for our incense. I have a bunch of them, and I have some of the skull spoons too. But these are super cute. They're hard metal. Anyway, y'all can tell I'm hypers. Fuck.
I love it.
Hecate.
I'm gonna get you more. A case. I'm gonna get you a case. 2 cases. 3 cases. 3.
Hecate.
Who is that? Hecate?
Hecate.
You work with that Hecate.
That Hecate. So hopefully you guys can see this card. I know it's a little blurry. We got to get some of the windows covered. There, like we don't have curtains in this room, so.
Oh yeah, we need some blackening ones. It's hard to.
If you guys can see that, okay, that's where we will place our cards. But this is Hecate. They're dark. These are so good. And they all have like aphorism. What are they? Aphorisms? Affirmations, something like that on them. And we'll read them and we'll go through. So we're going to do it this way today. And this deck is called Obsidian Veil. It is absolutely stunning. I have not ever read. I've never read the book, but it's by Erethreal, Eretherreal. I have actually focused or shared a bunch of decks by them. They have some gorgeous decks. They've got a new one that's out. I don't particularly like it, so I'm not buying it. I actually can choose not to buy tarot cards now.
Wow, that's restraint.
But Erethreal is the company that makes them. You see them if you like them. Dragon is actually up first. I've got hiccups. I can almost say, just for the record, and then I've got to cleanse my energy again, that I think my tarot card hoarding is a trauma response to being concerned that I won't have the things that I want one day.
Oh, I could see that.
And being
for
homeless
sure.
as a kid, that kind of stuff, living in a car for a couple years, that makes you hang on to things hard.
Well, it's the same thing for me with the books. Like, we have so many books, most of them I haven't read, but I know one day when I'm not employed or can't afford to buy books, like, I'll have them.
Yeah. I will say this, the one thing I did learn through vasovagal theory, was able to kind of come to an end on with my trauma response for that, is that if this house burned down, I'm not wishing that on anybody, on myself or anything.
Don't.
But if it did, and all of that stuff is gone, as long as all of our living animals got out, I would be okay. And that is how I know I've made it through part of that trauma. But anyway, let me go back. I gotta refocus, Dragon. And yes, it does.
All right. One.
You can go ahead and start if you want.
All right. So first we have a bouquet. And speaking of items, it's pretty things. It's paying attention to kind of what we have and around us in our dwelling, in our home. We have bouquet, and then to signify that is house. So this week, just be mindful and appreciative of what you've got, the little things, the pretty things, the nature things, the things that speak to your soul and inspire you. Appreciate them and enjoy them this week. That's what it's about. It's not about any huge thing. Small gratitude this week. Be grateful and feel that feeling of having and not wanting for those things. Okay, and house.
I like it. Yeah. And from the Obsidian Veil, your card is Anastasia Romanov, the lost princess of grace. My spirit defies the shadows of uncertainty. So if you know the story of Anastasia, if you haven't seen the Disney movie, it's pretty good. Or it may not even be Disney. It might be one of the other ones, but it's really good, and I love the soundtrack. But Anastasia Romanov is the long-lost princess. And I'm not going to go into the whole story. It's a really cool story if you look it up, but it's super neat. If you think of, what's the dude's name? Das Vidanya.
Vladimir the
Rasputin.
Impaler. Oh.
Rasputin, part of that story. But anyway, Anastasia in a reading is coming up as this reminder of things that you might have lost along the way. Thank you, Rasputin. Yes, I had to sing the song in my head. Das Vidanya, Anya, your grace, Rasputin's awake. In the dark of the night, people will find her. Sorry. But the energy I get from this card is that needing to look back and find those lost pieces of grace that you have that might help, really bring forward something to you. And it did throw me off really hard. Yes, I actually did know that. It is on display.
His penis is in a museum.
Yes.
Google it.
You can. It'll pop right up. Ha, I get it.
It'll pop right up. Maybe not so much anymore.
That's true. Well, no, that's.
I did not.
So take some time, some reflective time. We're in a really weird energy spot for reflection. It's not actually really an energy reflection time, but it's really looking at those lost things of grace and finding out there's some strengths that you've missed out on maybe. Kind of like when you play a game and you don't explore all of the different nooks and crannies. Maybe there's a few nooks and crannies you need to go back and look at and find some new cool things that are going to bring about some more happiness for you. That's Anastasia Romanov.
Put her crown back on.
Put your crown back on. Yep. And the other thing that comes to mind when I think about Anastasia, we call it what the Americanized version
Beverly
is.
Hills Cosmetics.
Is that lost things don't always have to be found in the way that they were lost, or they're different when they're found than they were when they're lost, and sometimes more meaningful. So sometimes you should have lost or needed to be lost at that moment to come back. He's definitely dreaming and then waking up. He was dead sleep. Look at his hackles up. It's so cute on his back.
Oh, what you mad about, bro?
But that is for the read for Dragon. Kelvin is up next.
I'm connecting to Kelvin through the shared
Finn.
correspondence of having read that book.
Never ever take your crown off again.
Finn, yes, it's Finn.
He was dead sleep. Unless it's no storm clouds, actually.
No.
All right, Sir Kelvin.
Pull first this one?
Yes, your card is Santa Muerte, who we've been talking about a lot lately. Through my sacred presence, miracles manifest and hope is born anew. This is a gorgeous card. Look at that.
I love her.
Oh my.
Games.
That is...
Oh, that is beautiful.
We know Santa Muerte, and I do not work with Santa Muerte, but I know of her as the patron saint of lost causes, right? Isn't that her?
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that is for all the downtrodden, the people who have lost hope in life, the people who are on the edge of things, and maybe you're addicts, maybe all those people that are at the fringe, and she gives them hope, and she gives them the ability to have these meaningful manifestations and miracles, right? And so she reminds us that there is something more to come. I've heard that Santa Muerte is not difficult to work with, but she is very intense, and that it's really important to give offerings and to work with her. So as a oracle card, it goes back to that: don't lose hope. Make sure that you're having that thing in your head that says, if all is lost, I still have this. Santa Muerte says, if you're homeless and you want to be somewhere else, you have to get to that thing. You have to work to get to that thing. I really think of all in this fashion, she's just a hope aspect. It's really that there's nobody that should be left behind. There's nobody that's not good enough. There's nobody that doesn't belong here. Even the worst of the worst people there's a purpose. And I do believe that. And I think for you again in a reading, it's really just saying, don't lose hope. Don't let the miracle kind of phase out a little bit. know that miracles do still happen and that your life is still valuable and that your situation may or may not be permanent, but how you interact with it is how what you can change the most. So a little bit of alchemy. I love this card. Yeah, yeah, I heard that before. You had mentioned that, so I hope they're treating you well and that you're doing well in the community there. But Santa Muerta is really don't let the idea of miracles go away. I'm picturing for some reason never-ending story where
Mm-hmm.
Trey is with his horse, and Santa Muerta is how the horse survives.
Mm.
Even though in the movie you have to watch it, won't spoil it if you haven't seen it.
All right, and I pulled two. The first one is the gentleman, which said, "What is it?" It's referring to you. And the second card is mice, which mice can be associated with sickness, with illness, with disease, with loss. So the gentleman there is looking forward, but his shadow is behind him. So it's about, whatever your situation is. Maybe it's your health. You know, look ahead. Don't diminish your situation by whatever may be affecting you physically, because mice are also very, very helpful and do a lot of good things.
So they're also very smart.
And they're also very smart. So it's telling me don't put your mind about what's going on with you or behind you, but it's about going forward, and don't diminish the health or the situation that you do have. It's forward and ahead. And mice are not all a bad thing. I just love these cards, so I hope
Yeah,
that makes sense.
you should work with them for a little while and use them.
I like them, and I would never shuffle these like the traditional way with your cards.
Why?
I am shuffling them this way because I will not bend or
Oh,
do anything.
please do not.
I would not make it to next week, guys. I would never be allowed actually to play with them again.
Ziggy is up next.
He's very particular about his cards.
I am, but
That's a good thing.
they are meant to be used. That is one thing that I will stick with.
Who is it? Ziggy, 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 can't you see? I like to see her swing on the swings.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm hyper, so I am medicated. I've had kratom and coffee, and I am just zoom, 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 ziggy, zoom.
Ooh. Ziggy's gonna like this card, I think.
Thank you, Kelvin.
I'm gonna give you the name Ziggy after I read it.
One is glad to pull cards.
I am wrapped in my opulence, unaware of the suffering beyond the gilded walls. Marie Antoinette.
Ooh.
I think this is a very positive card, despite it sounding a little bit negative there, that you're wrapped up in my opulence. This is a reminder to wrap up in your opulence. This is a self card for me. I need to forget about what everybody else is doing for a moment and really focus on the beautiful and the greatness of things that I am. I really, really don't get any negative connotation on this card like it may sound like. It kind of makes it sound like she's being, not caring or unempathetic, but
Jumping.
the point really is we have to
Got a
be
jumper there.
wrapped up in ourselves sometimes. Just like I said earlier, for myself, I have a hard time admitting the things that I'm good at. Ziggy, I don't know if you have that same problem, but Marie Antoinette says get over it and start admitting that you're really good at some stuff and that you are really surrounded by some amazing things. And you should make sure that you know that, say that, and be okay with that. That even if something's not going well for somebody else, it's still okay for it to go well for you. You don't have to have guilt about it either.
All right. So the first card was a jumper for you, Miss Ziggy, and it is ring. And rings, what is a ring? It represents, it's a symbol. It can represent commitment. It can represent magic. A ring can open things, right? It can open portals. But a ring is a very, it's a strong and significant, I don't know, not icon, but symbol. The second card that I pulled was child. So this is asking me to remind this week, keep those things in mind and that wonder that we had when we were children, not to be funny, but like some of us thought about rings as in marriage or a commitment. Some of us thought about it as doing magical things. And this little child is looking at the sun that's going down, a beautiful sunset. So just this week, try to be aware of the wonder and the symbols in your life, that are there.
Try to see what he's holding.
Maybe that you imagine. And I appreciate not doing well with it because I learned, chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Successfully connected. A lot of times the meaningful things are from when things don't work or don't work in the way we hoped or intended them. Because the different outcome is unexpected and it's nice.
Sorry, I know we disconnected there for a second, but we should be back.
Can you all hear us? We got to do
our internet is really good, high speed overall, but every day, twice a day, it has a little bit of a fart and kicks out.
I don't know if she had heard my card. We'll see.
Yeah. Did you hear everything on Rook's cards? We just want to make sure.
The ring and child. Oh, did you hear his?
Did you hear about the Marie Antoinette all the way?
Let me find this. Let me bring them out. Ring and child. Okay. Yeah, it was just the ring and child. Just those things that we looked at and wonder about when we were little. Now may have manifested in different ways. So us about trying to remember to be grateful for the beautiful things that may have different manifestations or different outcomes or results. All right, that's what we did.
Last but not least is Bob.
All right. All right. Bobson. Let me think about this week. I really like these Lenormand cards. I'm gonna practice doing full spreads with them.
Let's do that after
They're
this.
So cool.
Let's get the table out and do some. Right here. Finn's laying in the sun. All right, Bob. Your card is Lilith. Well, this is a scary looking one. Look at that.
Hi, Lilith.
Rise, reclaim your sexuality, and let the world witness the strength of your femininity. Well, this is the colors do not do justice than the actual card in person. I think we all kind of hear or know a little bit about the story of Lilith. But for me, and I know there's this focus with her on reclaiming, like it says, your sexuality, your femininity, but it's more than that. It is recognizing a different kind of strength and power that each one of us has. And she is the reminder of that, of you manifest these things in your mind and you think them and you process them, and then we have all these things that we say, nope, that's taboo, or we hold back on it. And it's not just sexual. Sexuality is a great symbol for it and a great example, but we're talking about general things. I would go as far as to say there might be some things that you've been thinking about recently or that you've done where you're like, ooh, I hope nobody sees that because that's embarrassing, or, maybe you want to try something and you're just not comfortable to do it because you're afraid of what people will think. And she's like, dude, reclaim it, do it how you want to. And again, not talking about just sexual stuff here. Because her representation isn't just that's such a big thing, because that's a lot of the places that we do suppress, and we need to bring out that that liberation. But it's not just that; it is other things. It is things that maybe you feel ashamed of that you shouldn't, or you're embarrassed about that you shouldn't, and you could use those things in a way to reclaim them for yourself. So look at what's going on in the past, however long, and see. Is there something there that you wish you would have done differently, or you wish you would have been more open about, or you wish you didn't have to hide? And consider embracing those things and letting them fly. Whatever color it is, let that pride flag fly.
Oh, nice. That is look. Okay. The first one I drew, it's really pretty. hope it shows it's the sun. So what does the sun? What does the sun do? Well, it provides warmth. It gives people and things what they need to grow. It illuminates. So the sun, and then the second card is the person. So this way, it's reminding us for the week to be of clear mind as you're looking ahead. Kind of consider everything. Don't be near or short-sighted about a situation that may come up that might require some thinking. Be clear-headed and try to look at everything as you're looking, because there could be somebody coming around that's like his legs are kind of weird looking. There could be somebody trying to sneak by or sneak in or be sneaky, and it's just look at everything in the light and consider all things and be aware of anything that kind of seems off this week.
I like it.
What did I get from those? The sun and the person.
Well, that is the ethereal. Or, I'm sorry, the obsidian veil. I've never used these before, but they're so pretty. Look at this one. I don't know why. This makes me think of Ziggy. Ritsuni. I walk the borderlands of illusions and truth as I reveal the power of duality. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. I know we went a little longer than we have been. Our goal is generally to be done by 11:30, but I've been hyper, and I just wanted to get through some of these things.
And he won't stop calling.
The little topics that we had that were kind of just hanging out there. Always a great discussion.
Says that it's a huge compliment.
Yes, absolutely. If you guys have any topic ideas that you'd like us to touch on, kind of like I think mycelium is actually a really good topic. We will set that up with Dragon at some point to do a Sunday show where it's going to be different. We'll do just that topic and discussion as long as we need to. And that will be to be announced.
Another gift that's come, these are mental gifts or feeling emotional things for me this weekend. And this, I found this or saw on the table. This was gifted to me about 7 years ago by a dear spiritual friend. And just seeing that, the hand of Fatima brought back such good memories to me last night during our show. And I think memories and good feelings are such a great gift.
Who did it come from?
I'm going to focus. Marie Ashley.
Oh, you did tell me about that.
I was spiritual, and these things when somebody, gifts to me, it's just so nice. The good feelings are a great gift that you get from memories.
Yep.
That was my gift so far this weekend.
Well, thank you guys again.
Thank you.
More to come. We'll have get some things going here, and we appreciate you coming in. We appreciate everything that you do and taking some of your time to hang out with us on the this wonderful Sunday, and we will keep in touch. Thanks again.
All
Bye.
right. And be kind, bitches.